Alright, y'all. Here's how we're going to work this. Here's our water source. Here's our bottles we're going to use for water. No, that is not clean water. That water came out of here. So, this is the only water you can find. We're going to take this water, and I'm going to show you how to take and make it where you can actually drink this. So, stay tuned. Okay, guys, we're back. Just kind of setting this up a little bit on my little tarp here. What we're talking about today is water, solar water disinfection. Basically what we're going to do is the water that we just collected out of the barrel that was sitting in the field, the only water we could find, we're going to be able to take that water, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but there's a little bit of stuff floating around in there. There's a few things floating around. First thing we need to cover is the type of bottle that we need to use. I got two different bottles here that you can see. One of them is like an opaque color, not very clear. The other one is your standard water bottle. On the bottom of these bottles, there's a symbol. I don't know if you can see that very well, but the symbol right here, that little symbol right there on your bottle, basically will tell you that your bottle is actually able to be used to disinfect water. This process is actually being used around the world in underdeveloped countries for water to be disinfected for them to be able to drink. Now, the drawback, it's going to take you at least 6 hours for this to work. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. The sun, as you can see, is right there. Not very high in the sky. So, I've got time to work with this. Once you get your water source figured out, you got to collect it. Once we collect it, the main thing we got to do is make sure we clean our hands, because that water is carrying germs, bacteria, protozoa, viruses, all of those things that can kill us. The water won't kill you. It's what's in the water that you cannot see. Please, don't be somebody who thinks, oh, the water's nice, it's clear, I can drink it. You know what? The water out of that barrel was kind of clear and everything, but you go stirring it up, it's very, very nasty. Now, key thing here is this. It's going to be, got my water in my bottles. Basically, there's a way to figure out whether or not we're going to have to add other chemicals to it. Now, I have, of course, you know, my notes. So, the standard test for this is if you can take your bottle, lay it down like this, and read the headline through it, it's clear enough to be able to do this. So, let's go over here and set it up. Very easy, very simple, very, very basic stuff. We're going to go over here and I'm going to pick a very shady spot. Now, you can tell I'm out in the woods. So, I'm probably going to have to move this around a couple times. I've got a good log right here. Good view of sunlight. So what I can actually do is just lay these down like this. Now, you got to lay your bottles down just like this. What this does is this gives more wavelengths and light rays to be able to get to the water to kill everything that's in there. So, let's go over a couple things first. We're going to go back over here. Okay, guys. Let's go over a couple things real quick. Basically, what we're looking at, yeah, it's me, 8 o'clock in the morning. Something most people don't get to see. Basically, what we're looking at, this is a SODIS system. This system is used Africa, it's used in Indonesia, you know, places where the water is not very sanitary, very able to be used. The WHO actually has a pamphlet on this. If you want to look it up and learn more about this system. Very, very good system. Very system that could actually save somebody's life or your life. It's used, can be used in disaster relief or refugee camps. Basically, the schedule is like this. If it's sunny, which it is very sunny today, less than 50% clouds, you're looking at 6-hour minimum treatment. If it's cloudy, like 50 to 100%, little to no rain, you could be looking at 2 days of treatment to get this to work. If it's raining, forget it. It's not going to work. So this process is actually out if it's raining. Bottle material, like I showed you, there's different bottles. You've got to find the PET recycling mark on the bottle, which means it's made from polyethylene terephthalate. I don't know how to say that word. It's a big one. Now, there's a difference in this. If it is heavily scratched, if it's old, if it's a milk jug or anything that's not going to let the water through it, it will not work. You've got to have a pretty much clean, very good looking material, a bottle to make this work. And now, a couple different things we need to really discuss about methods like this. Guys, this will not take out any type of chemical contamination at all. If you have a chemical plant, something like that downstream from you that you know about, this method will not work for you. It will not take any of these things out. If you have a very cloudy day and it's been 2 days and you're questioning is this okay or not, you just go on and use another method behind it, which we'll get into some other methods here in a little bit. Alright, let's go over a couple of organisms that we got to deal with real quick, and then we're going to change this. Now, UVA sunlight exposure to 6 hours. What we're killing is we're killing bacteria. Bacteria that we're dealing with: E. coli, cholera, salmonella, Shigella, jejuni, enterocolitis, viruses, rotavirus, parasites, giardia, cryptosporidium. Now, one quick note on cryptosporidium. Cryptosporidium takes 10 hours. So, don't think after 6 hours, my papers just blew over, is what's going on. Don't think after 6 hours that you can just turn around and say, okay, I'm going to grab this bottle and I'm going to drink from it. No, you're going to have to give it the extra 10 hours if you know that you have cryptosporidium in it. Okay, so you're looking at almost a whole day of that stuff sitting over here where we left it. So let's go back, look at it. Yeah, I got my pack out, so that's mainly what I'm going to be using for most of this. So, once again, let's go over this. Your bottle. You're going to have a regular water bottle for drinking out of. You're going to want to expose it to sunlight. Now, you can enhance this by putting your solar blanket under it to make it hotter. That will actually help kill the bacteria quicker. So, I'll do a follow-up on this in another video later, and we'll see how this works. Y'all have a good day.